Hi there, it's Tim, and today I'm here with Eric, and today what we're going to do is talk about Lumos, because Lumos very kindly sent me two helmets. We got this white one here, the Ultra, and then you have the Ultra
eBike.
The Ultra eBike, and lights. Now these are called mini Fireflies, not firelights, Fireflies. Perfect.
Firefly Mini.
That's it, thank you. What he said. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go behind the camera and ask you a bunch of questions and show you what we like about these. Short answer, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get right to it. Alrighty, so I'm behind the camera, which is really, really unusual, but we've got Eric here, and Eric has done his homework. He set up the lights for the indicators. He set the lights on his helmet flashing. He's got my helmet down there as well. But what was the impetus for you to be interested in lighting in the first place, Eric?
Well, Tim, let me tell you, I've had these for a couple of months. I started researching how to make myself as visible as possible because someone attempted to run me over when I was riding my scooter.
Was it deliberate?
That is unknown. Knowing me, yeah, it probably was. It was no one I knew, so nonetheless, I did survive. The scooter actually survived. It wasn't a horrific crash at speed. I was at a crosswalk, and they just didn't see me. So,
right. So lighting is now a part of your...
I began a quest, and knowing that at the time it was a little too cold for me to be riding my e-bike, which I love. I was still riding the scooter, but in gearing up for the season, I wanted to ensure that I would be as visible as it possibly could be. Lights are just the best way to do that. Reflective stuff is good, and you know, bright colors are great, but lights that flash are the best. So
it grabs people's attention.
Indeed.
And if you are well lit, you probably won't get run over, which would mean you wouldn't end up in a cemetery. Anyway, keep coming. We are in the cemetery here filming. It's just a nice shady spot. But let's talk a little about these particular helmets and the lighting. Now you've set, if you don't mind, can you grab that box there? So Lumos very kindly sent me the lights. They come two to a box. Yeah, and they're tiny. They come with a whole bunch of attachments, and then once you've got attached, you can just mount them, and you can make them indicators or flashing at the front like this. You can turn them off. Oh,
they're magnetic, so if I wanted to, I could actually have the same set for my bike and transfer them to my scooter, which actually, to be honest, I'm actually planning to do when I start riding the scooter more, and when the weather gets a little colder, I'll just use two of these and use them on the scooter. What's really cool about them, it comes with an app, and they will synchronize with the helmet. So you can actually see that the helmet's flashing,
amazing.
synchronized with the lights.
That's right. So up here, now it also works as an indicator, so that's amazing.
So, right, not only do you have lights, and you can change the pattern. It's very customizable. You can have whatever pattern that you want. I just have the sort of a brief flashing, not a solid light. But you can use them as indicators, which you probably know from when I've helped you do a lot of scooter videos. I'm really keen on scooters that have a good implementation of turn signals. They need to be high, and they need to be very accessible. You know, one of the reasons I love the Apollo scooters is it gives you a little noise when you know that they're on. The buttons are really easy to press. Indicators are great because you always want to signal your intentions. Now on a bike, sure, you can use the hand signals. That's great. I like to just generally keep my hands on the handlebars. So with my thumb, I can trigger a turn signal. And because the lights are all synchronized, when I signal my intention to turn right, in this case, I've got the light flashing there. I've also got the light on the helmet going at the same time. And at the back.
And you've got another pair back here. So you bought two boxes, so four.
I bought four, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I bought four, and I bought the helmet.
Yes, that's very funny. Actually, you bought the helmet, and Lumos sent me the exact same helmet. So we have two of these, and I'm wearing this one right now, which I'm loving. It's very, very similar. It's got something called MIPS on it as well.
Yeah. So yeah, MIP's great safety features that you'll find on ski helmets as well. It essentially allows the inside of it to sort of slide around and when you have a crash, so it's less jarring on your noggin.
So one more safety protocol.
Yeah, it's actually a really comfortable helmet. Airflow is great. It's got a visor, which is really nice when I'm on long trail rides because it keeps the bugs out of my eyes.
And you can still wear sunglasses.
Glasses fit underneath, exactly, yep.
I really like that.
And it just slides up. And again, the lighting is excellent. The battery lasts a long time. Generally, I'm loving all the Lumos products that I purchased with my own money.
And the big difference between the two, did you notice? Why did you get the e-bike version over the one that I have?
To be honest, it's probably because it had the word e-bike in it. And I thought, well, I'm going to be using it on an e-bike. So I expected it to be a little more robust. It's the same helmet. This one is just minus the visor and a couple of the lights.
That's right.
So I guess had I known, I may have saved some money and got this one, but I'm not disappointed at all with
I think
this one.
I would actually go with one you have because it does the indicators. Like if you're going to do the full Monty, as it were,
yep,
and have the lights at the back here going and the lights at the front, and just trying to be safe.
Yeah, no, that's true. The indicators are nice. You don't get that with this one, so.
And the other thing I think really important is I call it the bug shield. Like when you're riding along at night, you can't be wearing sunglasses.
Right.
So that's going to be awesome.
So you keep the wind out of your eyes.
So would you recommend?
Oh, I would absolutely recommend this. I'm delighted with all the products. I haven't had an issue yet with them. I think the battery life was my biggest concern, that I'd have to be charging, every day. I generally will charge these every 3 weeks. In fact, I've charged them twice so far, and I've probably got close to a full charge at the moment. So yeah, battery life was not an issue. It was fairly, well, there were a few little bugaboos in getting them to sync so that, the button here that turns makes all the ones.
Oh, right. You want to have to sync it all up.
You have to sync them all up. So it was a bit of a challenge to get them working, but since then it's been pretty flawless.
Awesome.
Oh, one more thing to mention is that there's actually an accelerometer in the buttons, the left and right buttons. So this little module here, which is not magnetic, there's an accelerometer in there. So as you slow, it turns on the brake lights.
Oh no, it detects
the
speed at which you're decelerating.
Right, exactly. The deceleration triggers the brake lights to go on. So it's just another. So I've got lots of rear brake lighting because the e-bike has a built-in brake light as well.
So you're just covering.
But now I've got light here, two here, here. People are going to see, and that was my
so
my goal.
End up in the cemetery, which is what the goal here.
Well, at least
not too soon. One quick thing, Eric. What was one thing we missed?
Well, do you see how bright these are?
I do.
Like I know we're in the shade. You're going to have some B-roll showing it in bright sunlight.
I'm about 15 feet away from you.
Right. So. What I mentioned, I was concerned about battery life because I figured either they're not going to be very bright or the battery life is going to suck. In actuality, they're extremely bright. So you can see them from really far away. And again, as I mentioned, the battery life is great.
Eric, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I mean, you took the time to learn how to use it, to put it all together, set it up on your e-bike, and he used his own money to buy the stuff in the first place. I think that's hilarious that you ended up buying the exact same helmet that Lumos sent us to review. That's a riot.
Stay seen.
But yeah, stay seen. Keep out of the cemetery. These things are absolutely amazing. Super comfortable. I've been wearing this white one now for about 3 weeks. I'm loving it. I'm wearing it with scooters, e-bikes, around town. I actually like the white. I didn't think I was. I thought maybe the black or red might be better for me, but the white, especially at nighttime, people can see you. Again, that's what it's all about. Thanks again.
Yep.
Cheers.